Hey everybody, this is Latanya Reese Miles, author of Smart Girl, and I'm back today giving more insider information in case you missed it when you read the book the first time, and giving a little bit more behind the scenes. You guys, as you can imagine, I am living my best life right now because, in case you haven't heard, Katie Holmes and Joshua Jackson, two of the stars from Dawson's Creek, have reunited to make a new movie outside of the Dawson's Creek universe. But for those of us who love the characters that they played, Joey Potter and Pacey Witter, are super, super excited. So this is a good time to talk about how Dawson's Creek appears in the book Smart Girl. First, let me give a shout out to all my fellow Pacey Joey fans and Dawson's Creek fans, most notably Witter Woman and Dirty Old Lady, who I mentioned in the book. So, like I said, just like with lots of things in the book, there are some things you might not catch on the first pass. So I wanted to point them out to you. So everything's just below the surface, including, of course, two chapters. I Don't Want to Wait, Part One, and I Don't Want to Wait, Part Twos, which are taken from the Dawson's Creek theme song by Paula Cole. I Don't Want to Wait. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is a little bit of the context by which I was watching Dawson's Creek because that's really important. So I first started watching the show in real time when I was writing my dissertation, or when I was supposed to be writing my dissertation. And so, like I mentioned in the book, it was a little bit of a struggle to figure out what I wanted to talk about. So I used the show and others like it kind of like as a distraction or procrastination, right? So I was watching the show while I should have been doing research for my dissertation project. But what ended up happening is that I just like in other places in the book, used the research skills that I had just for pop culture. So I was reading about spoilers, actually finding scripts and analyzing them. So all of that to say, my research skills weren't wasted. They were just redirected toward this particular TV show that I became almost obsessed with. Okay, number two. So one of the things that's really important from this time period and later on was that I found a community. I found an online community. So there I was, in Los Angeles, but connecting with people all over the country and all over the world, to be honest, about the show. And so I met some lifelong friends actually as a result of it. And so you might ask yourself, like, where were we? We were on discussion boards and fan forums in some places that actually don't exist anymore, or at least they've been archived. But we were able to hang out in those spaces, talk to one another using different usernames, and even had an in-person meetup in Wilmington. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot to show you this. Look at this. There's your girl right there. Got to meet the Joshua Jackson in person, but that was at a movie screening. Okay, so number three, here's what's really important, and that's the character of Joey Potter. So, one of the things that I didn't realize until a lot later is actually how much I had in common with Joey. So Joey is is a female lead in the show. For a number of years, she's fallen in love with her longtime childhood best friend, Dawson, and then realizes that over time she also has feelings for her other childhood friend, Pacey. One of the things I give this show credit for is the fact that they really lean into Joey's working class, or even at times she says poor background, as well as her being first gen. She doesn't say she's first gen because this is 1998. What she does say very explicitly is that she was the first person in her family to go to college. And that actually drives a lot of the storylines. One other turning point was when Joey is thinking about going to college and she's with her boyfriend Pacey, who's going down a different path. Pacey is not going to go to college. And at one point, sorry, spoiler alert, but Joey wonders if she should just stay in their small town of Cape Side to be with him. Now, let me tell you, this is not Dawson's Creek is not known for, high elevated storylines, but that is one that really, really resonated with me. And it didn't occur to me much later that Joey is a first gen student, and that's one of the reasons why I felt connected with her and why I felt really connected to that particular storyline of Joey and Pacey and their relationship. And so one of the things you'll see in the book, in that chapter, why I don't want to wait, is me talking about Dawson's Creek right before I talk about Rob and I leaving Northern Virginia to come to California, because I'm setting up a parallel there between Rob and me and Joey and Pacey, just because I felt like there was something there, right? So just wanted to take some time to explain that. Let me know if again you picked up on some other references that I didn't even think of, or if you have any questions, or if you think I should send a copy of Smart Girl to Katie Holmes. I'm not above that or below that. You know what I mean? All right. As always, thanks again for following along. Make sure that you let other people know about Smart Girl as well.